Hello friends and welcome back to the channel for war number 5 of season 45. Today we have a matchup against NewN, another alliance that I have never beaten as a member of SSX, and I'd be lying if I said that a few of us weren't extra motivated to win this war. So today we're bringing in Sandman, Omega Sentinel, and Venom for a tricky Spider-Ham fight. Let's get right into it. We're going to start out today on Path 6. We have an Ascended RINTRAH first up, and this is probably my favorite fight of the season so far. We're going to go in here with Sandman. Now, a couple things about RINTRAH. Whenever he is rooted by any means, he still triggers as unstoppable. So it's very important as Sandman to get your decelerates up as quickly as possible. And then while you hit him while he's rooted, he's going to be placing ruptures on you, but we can minimize that and heal up via the tactic. So you saw me use an advanced power boost. That's just so I can get up to my special 2 as quickly as possible. We're going to toss our special 2 at 9 resistance ups. That's going to take us all the way up to 19. We can bait out the special 1 from him and immediately punish with the medium, and then go right into our first set of heavy spam. So our first burst phase here is going to do about 86,000 damage or so. A non-insignificant amount, especially against RINTRAH, who is a notoriously tanky defender. Not going to get very many crits off against him, but most of our damage is physical burst damage again, so not really affected by his crit rate here. And again, as I talked about in my Sandman guide, once we finish with that burst phase, we are already pretty much set up immediately for a second phase. Couple more hits, we can immediately go right into a special 2 at 9 resistance again. And now we're just kind of looping this special 2 here, baiting out the special 1, punishing it with a medium, and then immediately charging our heavy and going into our second burst phase. This one does about 100,000 damage in total just from these 4 heavies. And again, you can see our power is creeping up from the heavy usage, and we are already set up for our third and final burst phase. Healing up again via willpower from the rupture debuffs. I'm sure inequity is in play here, so normally in like a questing scenario, this fight would have been over much faster. But as I said in the previous war, I'm almost certain that White Mummy and pretty much everybody else in Tier 1 is running max inequity here, so that is decreasing our total damage output during the burst phase here. And then I think a third heavy here ends up finishing the job, and we finish this fight with a gold bar of health. Very, very pleased with how that one ended up. Alright, next up we have a Kitty Pride on 15. So I had the option here of bringing either Omega Sentinel or Viv here, and I went with Omega just because she has easy access to Cowardice, and that's the best way to deal with any sort of prowess on Kitty Pride. You inflict a Cowardice debuff or passive on her, and all of her prowess goes away, even the ones from Aggression prowess here. So, we're just doing basic combos here. You saw me get up to my special 2 very quickly here. Only about 3,400 damage per second here, so just kind of letting it tick. Her base attack is taking care of the rest here. She's hiding in the corner, one more parry, and then a combo finishes off. So very, very quick fight with Omega. Alright, up in section 2 we have a Spider-Ham on 22. This is a pretty popular placement for him. So with Venom, of course, we can completely ignore Spider-Ham's evade, so we can kind of hold our power as much as possible. And Spider-Ham is going to be unblockable for a significant portion of this fight. So most important thing that I'm trying to keep track of here is making sure that he has enough power over a bar that when I punish his special attack, I can push him above that bar of power and just kind of keep that rhythm, that cycle going here. I don't want to put myself into a situation where I need to do like a blind intercept while he's unblockable. That would be very, very risky, and I don't want to do that. So again, we have the Striker here available if we need to get an extra combo in to push him over that bar of power. But he is melting very, very quickly, as you can see. The bleeds from a 7-star, and this is only a rank 1 Venom, by the way, just putting in so much work, especially with the bleed vulnerability from that Venom relic that I have on him there. One more special 1, down he goes. Easy, easy fight with Venom. Alright, last fight of the war for me is another popular placement here. We have a Claire on 31, and similar to the last fight, she's going to be unblockable for pretty much the whole fight here. Now, very important here, she is going to be triggering extra power gain, both from the bleeds that aren't going to stick on me and from the placebos that I'm immune to from the tactic. So, very important here to reduce or eliminate that power gain with the Wither debuffs from the tactic, and also I'm going to be choosing to stick to my special 1 only here. So we are up to 20, charging heavy, and rather than do 4 heavy attacks, I am going to heavy cancel into another special 1 here. Again, I don't want to gain too much power and get to that special 2. I really want to stick to my special 1. So right here, I bait out the special one. I decide not to punish. I try and special intercept with the striker. She blocks it and then tags me. And now my dex or whatever didn't work. So we just took 10 hits. Over half of our health is gone. Now we've taken some power sting damage. And on top of that, she triggered the unstoppable from the tactic. I triggered the power sting a second time. And now my health not looking too good here. So I decide to try and punish the special one, risk the parry. It ends up paying off here, and a couple of key backdraft intercepts and one more special one, and we get out of here with the win. So that's an example of how a fight can really snowball from like one little problem just turns into like you getting backed into the corner and all your health being gone. So we did end up taking the win in this one again. Shout out to NewN. This was the first time that we've beaten them since I've been a member of SSX anyways. Always a very, very tough matchup. 4 kills for me, 0 deaths, and our record on the season improves to 4-1 going into the midpoint of the season. War 6 will be next. So, folks, if you enjoyed this, please let me know by hitting that like button for me. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.